Tiffs, Frank Ward, Frank Klein, Cheever, Zoidberg, Sir Nicholas Andrew, Chris Bompadre, Amber Gilroy. This is Travis Goss welcoming you to the Dace-tacular Basement in Daceford, New Jersey with your host, Chris, the Dace Man Dace.
Why is Amber's name in the freaking intro? What the hell? Anyway, welcome to another episode.
What intro did you use?
It was with Travis Goss. I don't know.
There's like 18 different intros with him. I guess maybe I put the one that just had everybody, so just in case whatever hodgepodge of people show up.
Just says all. But what the fuck? Anyway, welcome to episode 1 Give Me Show.
What did you call this?
The Give Me Show.
No, what episode number?
1.
You've had takeovers in the past.
I know. I take over too much. I can't keep track though.
You can't even get your computer to work half the time to do it.
I know. This new Skype. Hopefully everyone can hear you guys because I didn't fuck with any of the settings.
I didn't even check.
But we're gonna find out the hard way.
I'll check.
Obviously. Last time it was fine. They just couldn't hear me.
That sounds like a blessing in disguise.
It was.
It was reverse. What happened on the other show where it was just me. I don't know what I did, but I did the other way. So now you don't hear you guys.
Oh, nice. We're episode 268 for the third week in a row.
Third week, fourth week, fifth week. I don't care. Just update it. We're good.
You got like an echo going on.
Okay.
Just you. Everybody else does an echo. So it's like talking to God, but like a very demented one.
Damn bitches!
Yeah, that probably.
That last week too.
How am I don't
That's
know how to stop an echo.
Or 2 weeks ago, or whenever the last time we did.
Probably grabbing the wrong mic. Do you have like a webcam or something hooked up where it could grab like a?
No. I only got my headset.
Are you sure Skype is using that? Because again, my Skype decided to default to my computer, even though I have a headset plugged in.
That's a good point.
That is a valid point.
It is a valid point. That's settings.
Now I'm curious if mine's doing that.
All paranoid now.
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
That's why I just use my cell phone.
I got it right.
No, it's just a gaming headset. Gaming headset for speakers. I don't know. I don't get it.
Maybe we need a new headset.
I feel like
you're using the same one as me, aren't you? The Logitech?
No, I upgraded. I hate that Logitech thing.
Mine's working pretty fine.
Mine's corded now, baby.
So is mine.
Maybe we do have the same one. Maybe we do have the same one then. I thought you were still using the wireless one.
No, I keep it corded in.
No, mine's straightly wired. I can't. If I unplug mine, it don't work. Mine's
doing
$130 headset. I really don't think it's a headset. Yeah.
Dang, you got hosed.
It's only been about a year.
It's clearly not worth the money if you're echoing.
I think it's Skype. I don't like Skype anymore.
I think you have what I think is happening is you're coming through your mic and you're coming through your system sound, which I don't know why it would do that without seeing the XSplit settings.
We're just gonna blame Gibby.
It can be that because before I had it all set up right, and when the new Skype went in, it just hates me.
It fucked everything up.
It fucked everything up.
God damn technology.
God damn. Well, Dace, you gonna start the show?
Welcome to episode 271 of the Dace Man Show. I am Chris, the Dace Man Dace, here in Dallas, Texas. Join me as always to my left, Gibby.
I'm back, baby.
Never left. We wish you did.
Yeah, you were here last week, weren't you?
I don't remember. I'm too tired to fucking recall.
Frank Ward!
Oh, God. Hi. Hey, how's it going? What's happening?
And Tits!
Hi.
Oh.
We killed her!
No,
you signed for.
Me,
this is the only thing you. This is the only thing you haven't been kicked from yet. You should be happy.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yet.
We could. I think we need a kicker.
I
think we need a kicker.
Anyway, I got nothing because I've been up since 3 a.m. traveling all day, and I just got back to the hotel here maybe 20 minutes ago. I still haven't eaten. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm going to die.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Way to start that diet off quick.
Yes!
Yeah.
Like, I hit the ground running. I think I've had 2 monsters, because naturally I will get those no matter what.
That's calories. That helps.
Yeah. Other than that, it was just kind of like, it's a negative calorie day. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't see anything special happen over the weekend, or in the past week since we've last talked to do a bantering topic. So this is my banter.
Interesting banter.
Thank you for you guys having things that could be like, hey, this happened. No, you guys just sat silently. So the banter went
I'm
awkwardly.
pissed off right now.
Wow. Tits life imploded.
Pretty much. So I'm a little, yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
Do you really want me to get into it? Because I'm pretty sure if anybody we like is listening, a lot of people are going to get real pissed off real fast.
I feel like 90% of them would just shrug it off.
Because people who are supposed to be your friends are apparently putting words in all your mouths.
No. Again, I wanted half the team gone, but I didn't get my way.
I was the only person.
No.
There was a slew of people that got kicked.
Yeah, none of them actually played this season but me.
I guess
John
it's my
played
fault. It's my fault for giving him power.
I also paid money. I also paid money, and none of the other people that got kicked did.
Didn't Ant pay money?
No.
How do you know?
Because you guys said he wasn't coming back because of Jared.
Didn't mean he didn't pay, because they chose him over Jared.
Well, from what I knew, he didn't, because we didn't know how many people we actually had.
I don't know if he did or didn't. He got a jersey, though.
Yeah, I feel like he did pay. And so did Tyler's brother, Tom.
According to Eric, he didn't think I paid, even though I have messages and things proving that I did. And I had a jersey also.
Frank is the new captain, so speak to him.
Oh, Frank took over?
Oh, shit. I forgot. No, I was just somehow nominated.
Well, according to your buddy Eric, you guys had conversations on the side over text message and in person, and he's putting words in everybody's mouth because even Kermit is saying that he didn't agree with that.
I flat out said kick everybody out.
Well, that's
and get better people.
Well, I don't agree with you there, but
it looks like we're getting better. We might be on the way out. They've added like 5 new people to this game.
I'm still playing. I paid money. He can fuck off.
I think you should totally come to the first game, and that's just my opinion. Be there. Let's move on.
Okay.
Anyway, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah, what are we moving? Ooh, yeah, segue.
Could have gaming news to move on to.
You should.
Why not?
Stuff happened.
Why wouldn't I?
Because you're giving.
I have no control over music or anything, man. You were the producer today, so you dictate the flow.
Give me.
That escalated quickly.
Oh man, boy it did. That's all I got for gaming news. You ready for Frank's Corner?
I actually do have a corner prepared, just in case. It's not going to run 45 minutes. Well, I might, because you guys talk.
A lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
QuakeCon happened. QuakeCon.
Like, you're that thing Amanda and Frank went to.
I thought that was like
Otakon or something.
Yeah, what you said.
Sure. Bethesda announced that Quake
never mind.
will permanently remain free-to-play title. Originally, when you download the early access game, within a limited time window, got Quake Champions for free. Bethesda has now extended that deal indefinitely. Announced in 2018. Quake Champions is a long-awaited sequel to 2005's Quake 4, a class-based first-person shooter. Quake Champions features heated firefights across an assortment of battlefields and arenas. The game is one of our most anticipated exclusives coming to PC in 2018, launching sometime later this year. The announcement that Quake Champions is now free to play was accompanied by a new trailer. So people can go watch on YouTube.
Woo, trailer!
I'll describe it to you. So it takes place in a video game. And video game things happen.
Are you
and
sure?
You, the player, dictate what happens in that video game.
Interesting.
Video game coming soon. And
I'm in. Video game coming soon. I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it. Love it. Love it. I like it.
Are you changing articles? Is that why you kept repeating yourself?
No. But that's the keynote is now over. QuakeCon, guys. It showed off its first brutal gameplay footage of Doom Eternal, which Dace is probably going to get again.
It's already reserved.
Pre-order.
Along with more footage.
Even though the date on it says 2019. Yeah. Like December 31st, 2019.
Yeah, that means they haven't actually announced the date.
Yeah, it'll probably be 2020. I'll be dead.
Yeah. He's getting snapped.
I would say heart attack. So if that's what that snap means, then yeah.
This time it'll be Amber doing the snapping. Anyway, there's also more footage of Rage 2. If you missed it, you can watch it online. Bethesda's annual fan event QuakeCon is back, obviously. It went from August 9th to August 12th. So it's really just this weekend. It began with Elder Scrolls Legends Master Series qualifiers.
Why do you have trouble pronouncing that?
All good quality gaming events should have qualifiers.
Thank you for that.
Upcoming titles: Quake 2 Champions, Rage 2, Elder Scrolls. But the most exciting reveal is the world premiere of your Doom thing, which is crappy. Where the hell is what's called I want to say here? This is bullshit.
What?
I'm not there to look over your shoulder and help you.
Lost his place, confused. What was the story I was gonna say?
No, I'm confused.
Whatever. We know.
I'm out of it. I'm done with it. It's good. We're all good.
And I now realize you were saying Quake, as in like Earthquake Con. I get it now.
Yeah. Doom and Rage are now playable on Xbox One with the Game Pass. If anyone actually cares.
No.
I don't. Really don't.
No.
Sorry. We're gonna go back to Blizzard.
Blizzard.
There are multiple Diablo projects underway.
More ways to take your money.
Blizzard has dropped some Twitter regarding the Dungeon Crawler Diablo series. In addition, saying it would continue using the themes of future seasons of Diablo 3. Community manager Brandon Hamill said in a video that Blizzard is currently working on multiple other Diablo projects. The forges here at Blizzard are burning hot, and we have multiple Diablo projects in the work. Some of them are going to take longer than others, but we may have something to show you later this year. That's all the new information we got, but this is the first hint we've seen that Blizzard is working on a new Diablo game. A job listing for a dungeon artist appeared on the company's website earlier this year.
Hey, other games could have dungeons.
The listing said it was for an unannounced Diablo game.
Oh. That kind of narrows it down.
Whether that would be a full sequel to Diablo 3 or some kind of spin-off, it was unclear. So, there you go, guys. Kind of interesting. Diablo 3 is in its 14th season based off the theme of greed, such as all treasure goblins spawns now doubled. So one goblin would normally appear to appear instead, doubling the amount of blue players could collect if they were fast enough to slay them both.
I didn't know that game was still going on.
Yeah, it's kind of dead. People still play it. A lot of times they just go in for the season, play for a couple of weeks, and then stop playing until the next season. But that's why the seasons now only last a month.
Good to know. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Dance place. Anyway.
Dan plays anything Gizzard related.
Blizzard has officially launched Battle of Azeroth, and you might be able to play the new WoW content right now. However, if you weren't already logged in, you may find you're having trouble to do so, as players are reporting issues getting online. Some are
shit.
logging into game server screen. While others say they're getting in only to be unable to see their characters. Seems like this happens every time when Blizzard does something like this, because they never have the right amount of servers they need.
Man.
Blizzard has acknowledged problems, and customer service says we are currently investigating all issues affecting our authentication servers, which may result in failed or slow login attempts. It's unclear how long it will take, but you're paying for a game you can't play. Congratulations.
Haha. Morons.
Sucker!
Like your fucking Apple users there. Morons.
That's right. Bethesda has discussed how Fallout 76 will deal with griefers. Naming the players that are intent on attacking and killing others, even when their target isn't interested in player versus player combat. As discussed during the game's QuakeCon 2018 panel by game director Todd Howard, Bethesda decided to turn griefers into content for other players by giving them a taste of their own medicine. We want this element of danger without griefing, said Howard, who continued on explaining when you shoot someone, you do a little bit of damage. He equated this action to lightly slapping someone in a bar to see if they want to fight you. The other player can choose to ignore the slap or engage. If it's the latter, you start doing full damage. Those that don't want to engage in PvP but are still killed do receive some in-game justice. That player that killed someone who doesn't agree to combat becomes a wanted murderer and receives no rewards from their kills, whether it's capped or experience. This player also then appears on the map as a red star and has a bounty placed on their head. The money from that bounty is taken out of the murderer's pool, and also other players looking to cash in on bounties aren't visible to the murderer on the map. That's kind of interesting.
I kind of want to do it, but not with like my main account. I want to make a separate account to fuck with people like that.
Exactly. So I'm not really sure. I don't really know much about Fallout 76. I hear they keep talking about it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's Fallout.
It kind of sounds like okay.
How do you not know what Fallout is, huh? How do you know what Fallout is?
I never got into Fallout.
Is that you know how it feels now when you talk about stupid shit like PUBG?
Nope. I don't. Please inform me.
Well, I'm going to talk about a bunch of technical stuff. That's meaningless and patch updates that like just make characters a little bit more pixelated or some shit.
Oh my god, you need the pixelations.
The grass is much better in Fallout, so suck it.
Damn, you need the grass, dude. You know what you're standing on. Anyway.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. If you haven't captured Registeel, guys, you only have a few more days to go. The legendary Steel type Pokemon is scheduled to leave raid battles later this week on August 16th. Making this your last opportunity to collect one for the foreseeable future. Just saying.
Gonna catch him right now.
I'm not lucky enough to have my job outside of a gym, so maybe not. Who knows? And you can't transfer it over to the Let's Go Pikachu anyway, because it's not first gen. So
that's all you can do is just first gen? I didn't know that.
You're going to be in Kanto, that's why.
First gen is the only gen that matters anyway.
Yeah, bitch.
It's the only real one. Yeah.
Bitch.
Wow, okay.
Bitch.
Knack has shared the details on the game's next community day.
Every single week, you mispronounce this, and I tell you the real name every single week.
He's been consistent calling it Knick-Knack for a while now.
I know.
Scheduled safe place
I
around
still
the
don't
world.
understand how Niantic is so hard to say. Like, say it with me, Gibby. Niantic.
It took him like 2 years to get Bethesda down.
It's true.
Place around the world on Saturday, September 22nd, and it features starter Pokemon from Gold and Silver. The grass type Pokemon Chikorita. Will be the star of September's Community Day, meaning it'll be much easier to find than usual. For the duration of the event, players will have a greater chance of coming across while they play. Pokemon will also be able to learn a special move during the Community Day, although Knack has yet to reveal what that will be. So
It's also only for its completely evolved form of Meganium.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't use that guy at all. So.
I mean, I don't use it either. I'm just saying it's not for any that you catch. It's only when you evolve Bayleaf into Meganium and during that time period.
Yeah, interesting. Mm-hmm. There's a new mobile game, Pokemon Quest.
It's not that great.
It's a free-to-play game that...
Yeah, I'm not very... It's kind of shitty, and it's really hard. It's like... It's annoying.
Is a block forum that has passed a new revenue milestone. The game has now pulled in more than $8 million from its microtransactions across iOS and Android.
Who? Kill those people. Like, you should be put on a list for genocide.
Jesus Christ.
They added the game more than $3 million during its first week alone. The game is currently averaging $30,000 per day revenue across iOS and Android, which is down from the game's single-day record of $580,000 on June 30th.
That's awful.
The bulk of the spending comes from the iOS edition of the game, 66% compared to the 44% on Google Play. In terms of geographic breakdown, spend from players are made up of 34% of the $8 million in Japan, 24% is from the United States, and South Korea coming in at 12%.
Oh man, math.
I know.
Woo! Get me a chart.
Yeah.
I hate you people. So there you go. I don't know. I didn't play it. I seen it, but I didn't actually download it. Is it like decent, bad,
No.
horrible? Not worth my time.
Not worth your time.
I wouldn't play it.
It's got $8
stopped.
million though.
Yeah, from Japan.
So.
They got hit with a nuke. They're not the smartest people.
As is often the case with deals aside of the video game world, it's a good time to be a PC gamer. Right now, you can head over to Steam and download Insurgency for free. It's only free until August 15th, which is tomorrow, people. But you can grab the game before it goes back to full price, and you can play it forever. Originally in 2014, Insurgency is an online first-person shooter that aims for realism. It doesn't give you a map or a radar to track your location or where the enemies are. Deaths come fast as players can take one or two bullets before going down. You don't even get a screen crosshair aside from the metal on your gun when you look down the sights. So,
Yay!
16 to 16 battles if you want to play it.
Dumb.
Damn, you're dumb. My last story. My last story, Frank.
Oh God.
You better got a long segment here. EA's Madden franchise is one of the most successful game series in video game history. The publisher announced today that the franchise has now sold more than 130 million copies of Madden games since the franchise first debuted back in 1988. The sales milestone comes after the release of Madden NFL 19, which enjoyed a strong opening weekend. EA said in a press release, EA did not specify sales figures for Madden, nor did it say how sales compared to Madden 18. The Madden franchise stood at 99 million copies sold back in 2013 before the release of Madden NFL 25, which is the special name EA gave to Madden NFL 14. Madden EA Sports franchise passed 100 million copies sold. EA soccer juggernaut FIFA surpassed 100 million units sold back in 2010. The publisher's Sim series surpassed 100 million units all the way back in 2008. EA's Need for Speed franchise hit 100 million copies sold in 2009.
Units.
Madden joins only a handful of other franchises, surpassing 100 million copies sold. Some of the other franchises to reach that mark are Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto, Mario, Final Fantasy, Call of Duty, Pokemon, and Lego.
Wow.
That's pretty much all I have for you guys.
I mean, I bought Madden 19. I'm part of the statistic there.
You did buy it? I'm still debating it.
I bought it, and I started to play my first franchise, and had 5 people have, like, career-ending injuries in the first quarter, and said, fuck this game, and turned it off.
So, basically like the actual NFL season.
Yes. That's exactly it. So realistic that I couldn't handle it.
Are you playing the Vikings? I mean, clearly it makes sense.
They only had like 2 people die last year over the entire season.
Did you see the thing that Bud Light did?
No.
So Bud Light put these coolers all around Cleveland that have free Bud Light in them. And if the Browns win a game, they'll unlock the coolers and give the city the free beer.
Again, is that a real thing? Because the link I saw was one, Bereza posted it, from a website called The Daily Snark. And if you're going to copy anything from a website called The Daily Snark and say it's true, I have a feeling you've been lied to. It's like, it's like posting an Onion article being like, yeah, look at this news.
It's the Cleveland Browns tweeted it on their own Twitter.
Okay, just checking. I was just saying the one I saw.
It's a picture of this fridge, and it says Cleveland Browns. When the Browns win, Cleveland wins. And it says, you stood by it through us all. We love you for it, and so does Bud Light. These fridges will unlock with celebratory beers when we get our first regular season W. And apparently, they're going to consistently restock the fridges if it takes a while for them to get a win.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Bleacher Report's even talking about it.
Yeah, and Bud Light goes at Browns fans. These fridges will open this year. You know it. We know it. Let's go Brownies.
I mean, statistically, it should. Can't go 0-16 3 years in a row.
They went 1-15 the year before. They can't
win the year before. They
can't win.
They got one once. It's kind of like our softball team. It's fine.
You stumble into a win every once in a while.
It happens.
I think it's hilarious that Bud Light after if this I swear to God, if this ends up giving the Browns like their best season ever, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna start listening to whoever Bud Light is like supporting that year, because clearly they're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl.
That's how the Eagles got it.
That's what I'm saying. But
they troll people, but it's good trolling. It's good trolling.
But that's what I mean. They get so much money out of this, because now the entire city of Cleveland is going to buy Bud Light the entire season, just like the whole city of Philadelphia did.
Yeah.
Clearly, beer is just a great motivator. You tell a football team, "Hey, beer if you win," and they're like, "Fuck it, we gotta win."
Damn right.
I mean, to be fair, Cleveland was saying that before the beer, but it just wasn't happening.
So,
I think it's hilarious, and I think that they're like chained up and everything, and they're not like just cans, like they're the bottles and everything. Like they went legit, man. Bud Light, but whoever. I need to have a great talk with whoever is in Bud Light's PR department.
I don't think there's anything in the coolers, though. Because there's no way you're just going to... They're going to sit in there for a long time.
No, that's what it said that they'll restock it if it takes a while. But it's real beer ready. Yeah,
they said that there's going to be someone consistently restocking the fridges.
Because how are you going to keep them cold? The ice is going to melt. Like
No,
you do it every
No,
week.
Gibby, it's like a fridge. Like it's like a fridge you would see in like a convenience store.
Oh. I don't get it.
So that's what it's
They're
a
called
fridge. It's a
victory
fridge
fridges.
that's chained and locked up, and it says Cleveland. It's an orange fridge on the top. It says Cleveland Browns, and on the glass it says when the Browns win, Cleveland wins. So I'm assuming that if they win, they're gonna have people waiting by these coolers to unlock the coolers. But they're saying that if it takes, a while for them to win, they'll make sure that the beer is like rotated out so it's not stale beer or gross beer.
Yeah, I think they can just wait for the win and then stock the fridges and unlock.
No, because I
It'll be
think
a
the moment the
long
game's
time.
over, they unlock it via Wi-Fi.
Well, it could be something
maybe.
like that too. I can't really see the lock like very well from the picture, but I mean, at the end of the day,
There's
you know,
going to be
the
a
minute
run
they
on
win-
those. There's going to be a run on those goddamn fridges.
That's what I'm saying. The minute they win, people are going to be like pouncing on those fridges. So there's no way that they're not going to be ready with beer and good beer.
If I was the first person, I'd take everything inside that fucking fridge.
Because you are an ass.
It's on! But
Woo!
anyway, Frank, I guess it's your turn. Let me find your thing. Frank's Corner. Frank's Corner, guys.
Following interpretation is brought to you by Taste and Good Form.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Woo! All right. Well, since we're talking about marketing, I found some marketing blunders that were awesomely bad. And if we somehow blow through this, then I have something else backed up.
Woohoo!
I got
Okay.
all sorts of shit. All right. KFC ran into a little trouble with their slogan "Finger licking good" in overseas markets. Turns out in Chinese it translates to "Eat your fingers off."
Oh?
And I guess Chinese are very literal people. It doesn't say that, but I just assume a lot of people were eating their fingers. So
If the chicken's that good, they might just kept going. So
then it's
I get
it's
it.
great, yeah.
I'm pretty sure with the way Dace is talking right now, he could eat his fingers off.
I'm
Good.
sorry.
Don't, Dace. No, you need those for something. M&M's refused permission to the production of E.T. to use their candy in the film. So it was replaced with a little-known candy at the time called Reese's.
Reese's!
The manager responsible at M&M's was fired for the decision. Like, you done goofed.
Jesus
I mean, they
Christ.
made the right choice.
So, yeah. So if you're having a bad day, at least you weren't the one that turned down E.T. Talking about EA earlier, too. Look at all this tie-in. Gaming giant EA sent out brass knuckles in a promotional package for The Godfather 2.
Oh my god.
They sued.
My god.
Now, I'm sure this went wrong in many ways, but for first off, they also found out that breast knuckles are illegal in a majority of the United States.
That's what I was going to say.
Along
I don't
with
see
that,
anything wrong with that.
giving people brass knuckles is probably not the best thing either.
It's fucking
No.
hilarious. They did a
think
good
it's-
job.
Smart decision. That's what I'm thinking.
McDonald's gave their employees a financial calculator to help them budget, rent, gas, etc. Unfortunately, it turned out that even with cutting all gas, skipping meals, and no transportation, it was still over budget. Essentially, it exposed the low wages employees were being paid. So it's like, hey, here, this thing will help you budget your money. And then they went, we can't afford anything ever.
Womp, womp, womp.
I like it.
And I'm sure McDonald's probably just answered with, go to Burger King. They don't pay any better there either.
What?
Vanderbilt University changed their team slogan to, "We don't need your permission." Just gonna let that hang for a moment.
Permission for what?
Several members of the football team had been charged with gang rape.
Okay, that's smart.
Sounds like our softball team when we name our team.
Yeah,
Are you kidding? Oh my god.
Can we have our team name B? We don't need your permission?
I'm down for that now that I know it.
Yeah, really.
Oh god.
To compete with McDonald's Quarter Pounder, A&W, you guys remember A&W, right? You used to have good restaurants. They released their third pound burger. But human stupidity wasn't factored in, and people thought that a quarter was larger than a third. The promotion failed.
Oh my god.
Womp, womp,
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I can see that happening so
Oh
bad.
my god.
Why would I go there for such a tiny burger? God. Todd Davis.
Hey, Todd.
Hey. I'm not Todd, but I'm sure he'd say hey. He's the founder of a company called LifeLock, which boasted the ability to protect you from identity thieves.
I remember
to prove
this.
his claims, he posted his social security number on advertisements. By the end of the year, his identity was stolen 13 times.
Moron. That whole company went under because of their inability to do it.
Yeah.
In a small way, though, over a year, only 13 times. I mean, you know,
That is
pretty good.
You know,
That is pretty good.
who knows how many thieves
Failed
reported?
attempts,
Yeah. Maybe his record's actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect to be 100%, like 100%, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, you're not paying for that.
Did the people go to jail? Because, I mean, he willingly gave it out.
That is true.
And willingly gave it out, saying, "Go ahead, try."
Yeah.
So
They tried.
They won.
It's still fraud.
Is it?
They were given permission.
Because they're taking something out and something that's not their name and it's not their signature either. Technically, they probably also forged his signature.
I mean, I
With
guess
his consent.
Doesn't matter.
it depends on what they did with it. If they bought stuff or if they just did it to prove they could. I don't know how identity theft
It's
works.
still technically fraud, so they still probably went to jail.
Why the fuck did my Skype pop up? Get out of here. I'm not talking to
It
you.
doesn't like you.
Mountain Dew. Oh, you guys probably know all about this one.
Oh,
But
red!
Mountain Dew held a contest called Dub the Dew to name their new flavor. They didn't anticipate the internet trolls catching up and upvoting the top flavor name of Hitler Did Nothing Wrong.
Oh my god.
Ingenious.
I remember that. That was
Oh my god.
And I don't think it's on this list, but then like there's other things too where wasn't there some boat in like Canada or somewhere that they're like, hey, name the boat, and it was like Shippy McShipperson.
Yeah, there's, like, I don't understand. You can't do that because obviously the trolls are going to come out in numbers.
Colbert got like a shit ton of things named after him if he thought it was interesting. Because he friggin' rigged the treadmill on the space station is named after him. Some bridge over in like Finland's named after him.
Like, did he come out on the show and be like, hey guys, they have a competition to name something? Put my name on it. And everybody's like, fuck yeah.
Pretty
That's
much.
exactly what he did.
That's pretty much what happens.
God, that's brilliant. One day we'll have the following. We can name things after Dace.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Or Gibby. That'd be fun.
The Gibbolator. I don't know what that is. It sounds terrible, but something's going to be named it.
Sounds like a disease.
Hong Kong introduced a new ad campaign with the phrase, Hong Kong will take your breath away. The unfortunate thing is it in the height of the SARS epidemic.
Oh.
I think that's brilliant, Martine, because it was totally true. They just played into it.
It'd only make it better if they had the song Take My Breath Away playing in the background.
Take my breath away.
Oh, God.
Again, I think it works. While the spotlight of the nation was on the topic of consent while drinking, Bud Light released in... Oh, there needs to be punctuation. While the spotlight of the nation was on the topic of consent while drinking, Bud Light released an ad headlining the phrase, taking no out of your vocabulary.
Oh,
It's my kind of beer. They make Super Bowl champs.
If the Browns have a winning season after this...
Obviously, you're going to have to take no vocabulary.
If the Browns have the winning season, the NFL needs to hire whoever works at Bud Light.
Why?
Yes.
Or does Roger Goodell have stake in Bud Light, and we just don't know this?
That's
Maybe.
probably another one.
That's something to look up. Give me research. Go. JCPenney took an approach on artificially marked down quote-unquote sale prices and campaigned to post their original price instead. And it turns out that people actually like the false reality of getting a deal, and sales plummeted.
Yep.
So you know how, like, well, Kohl's does it too, that they have these bullshit sale prices, but I guess people like to be fooled, is the takeaway on that.
That was done by that old CEO they brought in that was from Apple. They fucking wrecked that company. They're still trying to come out from that fucking lousy decision making. Because he also got rid of coupons.
So did they really just take the word sale off of everything? And they're like, oh,
they advertise as your everyday low price. So they got rid of all the sales and stuff.
And it didn't work.
Nope.
Even though the prices was the same?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
okay, just making sure that was... All they did was just take the word sale away from it, and everybody's like, I don't need
People
it.
don't actually think they're saving money.
And they also got rid of coupons.
Coupons.
It's the same fucking people eating quarter-pound burgers thinking it's a hearty meal.
Exactly.
Having a third. Barbara Streisand, because, demanded that photos of her Malibu home be removed from the internet. This garnered even more publicity and attention, and coining the term the Streisand effect. I don't know why I couldn't say her name. I don't know where else to go with that, other than you don't ask the internet to take things down because that'll never work. It's just like don't ask the internet to name things.
Well, that's like that time that there was that picture of Beyonce going around that Beyonce's like team was like drastically trying to take off the internet, and the internet just kept making it worse and worse and worse.
What was the picture of?
You don't ask things of the internet ever, unless you want it to go terribly wrong.
It was like a really bad angle of her, and she's making this terrible face, and like in the middle of like dancing, and like she just looks like
the She-Hulk picture.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about, where she's in like the unitard, and she's.
It's one of our title cards, so yeah.
Yeah. So her team repeatedly asked people to stop posting that picture, and anytime it was put somewhere, they were trying to get it taken down. So people just went after it way more.
Yeah, the internet is a place of children. Don't tell them no.
That's right.
We'll show you how much we can.
The problem is they're children with resources, which is even worse.
And no time. Infinite time.
Yep.
No life.
Yep.
To jump on the Apple Pay, to jump on the Apple Pay and other mobile payment service bandwagon, Verizon hatched a product of their own. Unfortunately, ISIS had already laid claims to the name.
They called it ISIS? That's great.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was supposed to stand for, but yeah.
Shitty thing is, Archer had name that name before them. So,
well, yeah, that was a big thing because they kept joking around about renaming the agency.
You should have renamed the terrorists. Can't just steal an excellent cartoon name.
What's funnier about that is like they kept joking around about renaming it, but that's literally the only cartoon that could get away with still keeping that name.
They should have.
I thought they did.
No, they don't. They got shut down by the CIA.
Yeah, that's right. They're not even an agency anymore. I forgot.
Yeah. The Pepsi Points campaign in the 90s took to the skies when a man acquired a seemingly unattainable 7 million points for a Harrier jet. Pepsi claimed it was a joke, but the case was taken to court. I think I remember hearing about this too. That they advertised you could win a jet with the points, thinking there's no fucking way somebody's going to get this many points.
Okay.
But then some dude did and was like, "Hey, where's my fucking jet?" And Pepsi's like, we don't have one."
Wait.
Then he sued for false advertising and.
Yeah, because they have plenty of money. They could have given him a fucking jet.
He would have lost it within a year because of taxes.
I was going to say, because the tax I can't imagine on it, but how would you get it to him?
I'm just saying,
but how would you get it to him?
Fly?
How?
Yeah. You start it, and then you just fly it. You can land on his road. Figure out the details you're trying to land.
It's besides the point. They have the money. That was their dumb fault for taking it to court. They shouldn't have given it.
I don't even know if you can do like a Harrier jet's a fucking Warcraft. I don't know if you can buy that. Like I don't even think they could buy that. Like, do you understand? Like there's so much wrong in that fucking statement. It's like, all right, you said a plane. All right, I understand. All right, plane. But a Harrier jet. Do you know what a Harrier jet is?
It's a jet.
It's that guy's jet.
But it's the plane that can do a vertical landing and takeoff. It's designed to be able to go on and off of fucking any ship instead of using a fucking helicopter.
Then they could have got it to him easier. You made it sound like they had to land like a normal plane.
But it's...
So, I guess what happened here before Gibby has a stroke.
Oh my god, I seriously think he
The commercial actually featured the jet, and the actor parks it in front of a school saying, "Sure beats the bus," and then it says Harrier Fighter, 7 million Pepsi points. Then, John Leonard, a 21-year-old business student at the time, was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm getting a jet." So,
I would too if I was old enough.
He noticed in the fine print, in place of the labels, consumers could buy Pepsi points for 10 cents each. He then did the math and quickly figured out it would take him $700,000 to buy enough Pepsi points for the jet.
Stop.
Then Leonard hit the phones and convinced 5 well-off investors to give him the $700,000. He sent Pepsi 15 labels and a check and waited for his jet. The jet, though, never came, and Pepsi's response is, the ad was a joke? Tens of millions of Americans and people sat around, saw the spot, got the joke, and laughed, said John Harris of Pepsi-Cola. Mr. Leonard saw the spot and hired business advisors and lawyers and decided to take legal action.
I think he's right.
He is technically.
Yeah, I don't see how it blows my mind when companies do this. It's just like how do you not realize like you can't?
There's going to be that one asshole.
Yeah.
How do you not have the fine print? Like
so. This is why there is the fine print, though.
Yeah.
Pepsi went to court saying that the claim should be declared frivolous, and then prompted Leonard to file his own lawsuit demanding the jet.
But I would, if it was me, I would not think it was frivolous. I would know it's frivolous because I know you can't get a Harrier jet. But I can see how people could actually think that you could get it by completing the task. Like I'm just blown the fuck away. This is actually something they did.
Like, if you tell somebody you could do that, people are going to try to do that. Why did you think that they wouldn't take it seriously?
I mean, that's the basis of my life. Someone says no, and I go, okay, I'm going to go do it now.
So beyond legal action, which I guess, in the end, Leonard's lawsuit fizzled out. The court granted a summary judgment in the favor of Pepsi and ruled that no objective person could reasonably have concluded that the commercial activity offered consumers a Harrier jet.
Oh, they paid that judge. They paid that jury off.
I would. No fucking way.
The court also added this gem of a reason in its dismissal of the case. The callow youth featured in the commercial is a highly improbable pilot, one who could barely be trusted with the keys to his parents' car, much less the prize aircraft of the United States Marine Corps.
They don't know that. You can't judge a book by its cover. That's just offensive on so many levels.
So irritating.
They paid that judge and jury off.
Yes,
100%.
Clearly they did. This is ridiculous.
Took them to Pepsi court.
And then after this whole ordeal, Pepsi, instead of removing the jet, sweeping out of the rug, no, they just updated it from 7 million to 700 million Pepsi points. So they didn't even try to fix it. They're just like, okay, we'll make it slightly more improbable.
Oh my god, they totally paid that.
Should have went after it again.
Jury off.
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't learn your lesson. You're gonna give me a fucking jet.
No fucking way! I can't even believe that.
So yeah, I have one last one. So this is making good time.
That jet
thing
is
still jet story really
still blowing my fucking mind.
Because it's aggravating that the man didn't get his jet.
Yes.
Gave me balance on both sides.
He should have gotten that jet.
His first thought is nobody should ever have a fucking jet. And then he's decided but He did enough. He should have gotten that fucking
He
jet.
technically deserved the jet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, there's legally, there's no way. Well,
I don't know if he. It just said it fizzled out, so I don't know if they actually ruled like he got money, like at least got his
like
$700K
they
back.
had to pay him off.
Like yeah, he
there had to be
got
something.
he got hush money somewhere.
Yeah, there had to be something going on in the back room there.
A lot of people got hush money in that case.
Yeah.
Dude probably worked for Pepsi. All publicity stuff.
I can see that too.
I hope so.
And then he didn't deserve the jet because there's always a fine print that you can't win if you work there.
Yep.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one's Walmart. Partnered with the pop star Pitbull to run a promotion of whichever Walmart location gets the most Facebook likes. Pitbull would perform there.
Did they tell Pitbull? Please tell me they didn't tell Pitbull.
Are you serious?
So the goal
was
that is
just in Walmart. So it was for Walmart associates.
I mean, I guess people could come and I don't know. They just said whatever Facebook gets the most likes, Pitbull's gonna show up. The internet, in all of its glory, was like, okay. Send him to the most remote Walmart located in Kodiak, Alaska.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But Pitbull, being the stand-up guy he is, not only performed, but spent a lot of time with the villagers. So, joke's on you, internet. Pitbull had a golly good time.
Pitbull's actually really cool. Like, he's not a bad dude.
My question is, did any of those golly old villagers know who the fuck you are?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like, who's this guy singing at the Walmart? I just need to get my cat food. I don't know why they sound southern in Alaska, but they do. And
More bears showed up than people.
That's amazing. I love the internet.
so, there you have it, folks. If we learned anything, it's don't ask things of the internet. Or do, and wait for it.
Just wait for it. See what happens.
If you're bored, just let the internet take control.
Yep. But yeah, that's Frank's Corner, since we're 5 minutes to time, even though we probably started late, but whatever.
Some of us need sleep. Okay, Frank?
I need sleep?
Are you done?
I'm exhausted. This has just been a hell of a time, man.
How are you going to say, oh, you have a kid?
Yeah, I can't get sleep.
Aren't you glad you had a kid?
No.
Going for the vasectomy.
No.
Oh,
Not even close.
you did this to yourself.
I don't.
You did this to Ashley.
I don't
not
understand.
happening.
Somebody needs to explain to me how the fuck Eric keeps having more.
He flat out said don't do it.
I'm
He's
gonna
been
let you know
adamantly
he ain't
against.
gonna have much more because when I see him at the draft on Saturday, he might need to borrow Kerbin's cup.
We have a
Wait, is this Saturday?
No, it's not.
2 weeks.
September 1st.
Yeah, whatever.
I haven't done any
In his
research.
defense,
I haven't done shit.
In his defense, I tried to kick you out of the fantasy league too. Just didn't work.
Days.
It did. I tried to. It didn't work.
Yeah. So.
It's the Gibby show. I don't know why Gibby's not talking.
Oh, you want me to do it?
You
No.
claimed the show.
No, Dace, you do not want Gibby to do it. It'll give
All
you
right.
a stroke.
Not welcome. It's not welcome.
Can someone hang up on him?
Not only do you have an echo, you made your own echo.
Oh god. That was terrifying.
Anyway.
That was terrifying.
Frank, give me the plug.
You should totally let Gibby do the plugs just so you can hear how he does them. Follow me on Twitter
welcome.
at the Dace Man Show. Well, he doesn't. He gets confused with beginnings and endings. But yeah, Twitter, the Dace Man Show. Follow me. I tweet on occasion.
Exactly.
I haven't tweeted for a while, but that's because I don't know what to tweet.
Because we're not Dace Man, he has nothing to take a picture of.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't take pictures of myself.
Tits!
What was
Wow.
What?
Success.
I don't know.
Then we'll go
go
Gibby
Gibby
because I'm sexy. please email me at dacemanShow@gmail.com. Do it now!
Why? So you can ignore the email?
No, so I can forward it to Dace and tell him to get an email.
Send an
Doesn't
email.
forward it. He does not forward it. He takes a picture of it and sends it to me in a text.
All right. I screenshot. I say things.
So it's not even like I can reply to it. It's a picture.
You can log
So-
in. It's all
Send him an
good.
email and you can win a jet.
Yeah.
From Pepsi.
Asterisk, not really.
And Dace, you have anything to plug?
Follow me on Twitter at the Dace Man. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dace Man Show. Give us a heart here on twitch.tv/Dace Man and Friends. We now have more than one thing going on a week. I think that's impressive. And I have a vacation coming up, so I'll probably play video games. So I don't know. We should probably start playing video games again, since that's what Twitch is, and we're falling behind the ages. Before it turns. I mean, you
That's
just walk down there. You're an adult.
Because you'll never come back out, Gibby.
Bullshit.
Or drop the kid off at the orphanage. Anyway, give us a shout out on the Instagrams at the Dace Man Show, or you can go over to thedacemanshow.com, where you can buy our swag. Fun stuff. Anyway,
Double eights.
Double eights. MCO. Anyway, I don't have the music, so I don't know when to start doing my whole little shtick where you interrupt me. So this is gonna be awkward. Where you have to interrupt me. Okay.
Oh wait, wrong music.
That's hurtful.
Oh
That's
my
hurtful.
God.
Well, it fit. Outro.
Okay, so it's going.
Yeah.
Okay, for the few, for the proud, and for the daystacular.
And my chickens.
Fuck that up, man. See you next Tuesday for another remote show. Where I'll be in Atlanta that time. And
I got it over again.
Maybe I'll get it right.
is it still going?